We fight how we train. In this video, we're taking a look at a couple of Ryan Garcia's more problematic patterns. So number one, sticking the lead hand out. And watch him how he kind of dips into this pendulum step to throw this shot. That's a pretty common pattern for him to kind of try to let go, get a little bit of control of the line. Here he's going to do it. We're not going to watch this one yet. We're going to come back to that one. But here he is. He's got his lead hand out here. Okay, and because he's sticking his lead hand out here, he gets timed right over. Now, I normally call this control, right? You're trying to control your opponent or control the space between you and your opponent. Another Fouts boxing term, controlling the space between you and your opponents. But as he controls the space here, his opponent Duarte just looks to punch right over his post. Okay, he's not actually probing or controlling space like with a punch, but he's kind of posting his arm out there to make, to create a structure, to create some kind of connection with his opponent, so he understands what position he's in, and that allows him, if his opponent doesn't do anything, to kind of do that thing where he'll be in that position and then try to rock into him. Right? Oh, did he move back? Okay, cool. He moved back. Now I'll pendulum into him. Right now, he winds up getting cracked over and over and over the top of this move. And we're going to talk about him practicing this move, but we're going to take a look at a few things first. Okay, so actually, let's go ahead and jump into the training here. Here he is on the heavy bag post. Okay, and this is one of the places that he's practicing this. Now, I did a video on Jalen Love a long time ago, and it was one of the first We Fight How We Train videos that I did, predicting that he would lose based off of his bag work. And some people said I was an idiot, all this stuff. Of course, they don't understand what boxing is. They don't understand what you're trying to do with your training. They don't understand. Let's get to the good clips. Okay. So it's this one here. All right. So he's going to be going kind of the most, I want to say, ape shit here, right? Throwing the most amount of punches, the most amount of his rhythm and pace. And in between these punches, here it is. Post. Post. Those are not punches. His posting, right? He's looking to get control of the line in between each of these sequences. And when he throws that punch out there, creating a little space, right, he's going to move into another punch. And this is one of the places where he's got this kind of bad habit. We even see him do this move here. Boom, 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 control, takes a small step back, control, takes a small step back. And that's the move he's trying to do against Oscar Duarte, right? Control, post on the line, then take a pendulum, small, tiny step back off the line, and then throw a right hand or catch a left hook. The only thing is, this really doesn't work because when he posts and he puts his weight on the line, we're going to see him post. Here he is. Here's the position where he would normally post, right? He's in this position. He could either post or he could move back, and he can't do both, right? Now, when we take a look at him when he actually hurts this guy, okay, he's in his post position. He didn't post. He waits for him, and he transfers his weight back to the back foot with the hook instead, okay? He doesn't actually post there and then get stuck there, get hit. Okay, because that move doesn't really work that way. Okay, now we're going to take a look at him practicing a little bit of this, right? Now, here he is on the heavy bag, right? His coach is telling him, throw some, whatever. Control, right? A little bit of control, that post, right? He's posting there. Again, those jabs are not punches, okay? Now, this is really interesting because here he is. His opponent's coming toward him. He controls him. Pendulum steps off the line and throws the hook. And this is what he was trying to do to Oscar Duarte. When the guy comes forward against him, he's trying to control, take that small step, and throw this punch. But that beat is already gone. He's already getting hit by this time, right? So control, again, that's not even a punch. That's the punch. He's trying to make a little bit of space and pendulum step off the line so he can create some space after controlling. The only thing is this is not a punch. This is not a snappy move. This is a dragging move. He stays there posted in that position, right, so that he can get his weight and pendulum step. Because after you stick your hand out, boom, you have to plant, and now you have to take a step off the line. So he's setting himself up for failure because this sequence is not a real combat sequence. This is not the way that you're able to manage your weight or use your weight in front of your opponent. And still be on time with your attacks. Okay, so it's really interesting that that it's present at all in the mitt work. That doesn't make any sense. But the fact that it's there in his heavy bag work makes perfect sense. Okay. Now, one thing that we noticed against about Ryan Garcia is when he would circle, he couldn't really throw punches while he was circling. He had to get planted. He had to get into this position where he's here on the line, wait, strike ish, right? Or post, boom, and then take a step off the line. Now, as we circle back, right, we're going to circle back to the heavy bag work, okay? When we look at him doing this, how much of this YouTube video boxing on the heavy bag have you guys ever seen Ryan Garcia circling the bag, moving around it, controlling it? Okay, I have a video of me doing it on YouTube where I just control the bag with left hooks as I'm circling, right? And it's very important because people kind of forget that you have to practice all stages of combat, right? Not just the part where you're punching your opponent or blocking your opponent. You have to practice moving and circling. And as we can see in any of Ryan Garcia's routines, Cobra bag, heavy bag, even shadow boxing, usually he's not really moving. He's just kind of standing right in front of the bag, trying to hit it as hard as he can. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to do that. And that's how you get better at punching power and, speed. But none of this is helping him circle or move or practice any of his defense, right? Watch him control the bag when he throws his shot here. And now he's going to go to what? His Philly shell defense when he goes to that side of the line. Again, he doesn't really have, very good defense. He doesn't have very good circling or moving or walking. And he can't really set traps as he's doing that because, post, right? This moment here where he's posting, this should be where he's catching, where he's blocking, where he's pull countering. This should be where he starts circling and getting off the line. But he doesn't practice any of that stuff, and that's why he gets pigeonholed in that really crappy. Let's see if we can find a clip. The first clip I find in that really crappy Philly shell defense, right? And it's not a Philly shell. It's not. He's not doing it right, so it's not a Mayweather defense. It's terrible, whatever is going on here. But he doesn't practice any of his non-punching activity. Okay, and it's present throughout his entire routine. And it's really interesting because this is the one thing that Derrick James should have been able to help him get better at. And people are saying like, oh, it takes time. Oh, it's this. They were together for months and months and months. Like, it's not like 1 month or like once, were they not training this whole time? Has he not been taking this seriously? Is it one camp? He just comes in for 6 weeks and trains with him for a few hours a day? Was he too busy to train with him because he had to work with Errol Spence, who's needs a lot of attention because they're going to have to revamp his whole shit. They're going to think they're going to make that dude go fight Terrence Crawford again? Come on. Errol, bruh, he went easy on you. Okay? He went easy on you. He let it go to deep water. I don't know where he had his bets on this fight, but he made more money on that fight than you think he did. Okay? He went easy on you. I'm telling you. And how much time is he going to have to fix this problem, right? As we saw, is he blocking any punches when he's on the mitts? Is he using any defense? Boom. Right? Where's the defense? Where's the blocking? Isn't that one of the things that he was so good at? Anyway, kind of good at, I don't know. Anyway, we fight how we train. Ryan Garcia doesn't really practice any blocking or catching or any head movement or slipping. Derrick James is not a head movement coach. He's said it a few times. And that just tells you, how bad of a coach you can be and still make it to the top level, right? How insane is that? So anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want personalized coaching, I'm actually going to be setting up a new thing for people. If you guys want to send in some monthly clips or some weekly clips to my Patreon, you guys want to join the Patreon if you're fighters. It's not full out coaching. I don't have time, right, to do it en masse. But anybody who's in the $10 tier on my Patreon, if you guys want to send in a clip or two a week, something for me to like, oh, you need to work on this here, work on that here. Here's a small tip. Again, it's not full-blown coaching, but I want to go over some training footage in Patreon on the cheaper tier for people because there seem to be like, quite a few people who were interested in it. So if you're part of the $10 Patreon, watch a film study, send in a link, and then, within a week or two, probably like, twice a month, I'll be able to get to a group of, clips, and we're going to watch a bunch of student training clips. But if you guys want personalized private coaching, you want to send in videos at your leisure, you want to, check out the $50 tier. I'm going to try to make you the best fighter I can. Okay, we're going to work together. I have a pretty decent sized group of guys right now. And if you want to learn how to do all this stuff on your own, check out the Fouts Boxing Combat System. It's going to have everything you need, including the first and only system on the planet to teach punching power. Okay, and it doesn't just have the idea in it that it's going to teach you punching power, but it's going to teach you how to fight with your punching power as well. Like Ryan Garcia is really good with his hands if you get on the line with him. But he couldn't get on the line with Tank Davis, so he couldn't let those hands go. He couldn't really catch him. And the Fouts Boxing Combat System is going to teach you all the best ways to get on the line with your opponent, throw your best punch, improve your best punch, and then also get off the line. Okay, it's all very, very, very important that you learn how to do all these things because, as we see with Ryan Garcia here, he can't really circle and move and control space and throw punches while he's moving. He has to get planted because that's the only way he knows how to throw punches. So, anyway, yeah, check out Patreon, all that fun stuff. Later, guys.